Interesting. All right. This is my live stream. Hello, hello, my live stream, my cherished, beloved live stream. Once again, I come to you from Burlington, Vermont. The sun is down. It is getting colder outside. It was a good day. All right. I hope you're having a good night, a good day, wherever you are. And I will just put on the record that the universe is sending me messages. And I am reading them. And I am listening to them. And one of the messages is, I need to stop messing around and do my absolute best to capture people's attention. Because I'm on a mission here. A mission I remind myself of every day that I wake up. Hello out there. Yes, I'm on a mission. I believe this is the life that I am supposed to accomplish it. I've learned recently that certain things can be encoded into DNA. Personality characteristics. So a certain part of me is abiding by instinctual characteristics that are embedded in me at a very small level, a DNA, I can't say the whole word, DNA. So lately I've been thinking, this is my life to get it right. I haven't gotten it right in previous lives, and I feel like that's what my DNA is telling me. Golden Song. Oh man, I don't know that song. If that's a cover, I don't know many covers. Please am the only person. I don't know that song. Or if that's what you're asking for yourself. I don't know any covers. I apologize. I know I have much to work on. I love doing covers. But the covers that I have done recently have gotten strikes. Not strikes, but like warnings on my channel. So I've been playing piano a lot more, and my last live stream didn't work out super well sound-wise. So I still haven't hit the nail on the head as far as what I want to do. And what I want to do is live stream from an awesome studio with good video, good lighting, and good sound. And I am driving myself nuts the more it doesn't happen. I would say about 3 years ago, I discovered there was a piano in a store in a town in Stowe, Vermont. The kind of store that sells sweatshirts and honey and pottery and stuff. It was just sitting there, so I would go down and play sometimes and put out a tip jar. And it became an obsession of mine. I loved playing. I would do it every time I could, anytime I had any free time. I would go down into this piano and I would play, sometimes an hour, sometimes 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours. And twice managers came up and told me that I needed to stop or turn way down. And every time they told me to do that, I was very hurt. I was insecure and shy and in a sensitive state of mind. So it hurt my feelings. Then I went down during the holiday break. The store was packed, and I sat down to play. I was looking forward to playing this piano. And I realized that they had bolted the cover shut, so I couldn't lift it up to play the piano. And that's the last time I played, and that was a year ago. So they bolted it shut because of me. I think they were just so annoyed. Hello, crew. Crews. Nice. Favivey. So I walked out of the store super sad and very depressed that the piano that I loved playing for the past, I will say I did this for 2 years, sometimes 2 to 3 times a week. For 2 years. And I must have driven them crazy, or some of them. Some of them liked it. Some of the people in the store liked it. So I haven't played there in a year. And I drove down today. It's about a 45-minute drive. I drove down to try to play that piano, and I was going to do what I had never done, which is walk up to them and say, hey, do you mind if I play the piano? And both the employees both looked at each other and shook their heads and looked back at me. And I thought they were joking at first. I thought they were joking, and then I realized they were serious. And I asked, am I banned from playing? And they both shook their heads. So that piano is sitting there down at that store, the one that I kind of fell in love with. It sounds amazing. I would love to do a concert in their store with their permission, with people just sitting around in the racks. Very informal. I don't know how many people. Just because it saddens me to think of a piano not being played, because pianos have such a life to them that sometimes the piano plays me because I try to open the floodgates between my fingers and the vibrations. So guitar is very similar to that, but here I am in my kitchen, not the greatest sound, not the greatest light. I know what it can sound like, and it's driving me crazy not having it. There is a studio that I'm trying to get in touch with that I think I can do it from, and I think it's going to sound awesome. But in the meantime, I'm just going to sit here and sort of do like a demo quality version of my future live streams. Because I will thank myself later. I will thank myself for powering through a lot of self-doubt and a lot of dysfunctional brain activity. And it's okay, because when I play, a lot of the times my brain goes quiet. Unlike the rest of the week. So I sit here in my kitchen and I think, I want to do this in a big auditorium with a wonderful sound system. And someday I will have a loop pedal where I can just loop this guitar part. And then I can sit down at the piano and play along. And if I had the proper technology, I would add bass and drums. And I think that would be so much fun. You know, I mean, I would just love doing that every day. I would love doing it as well as I could. Every single time. Every single time I play, I want it to be amazing. And I know it not always is. So I have developed a system in my brain of forgetting what I just did and just looking forward to the next thing I'm going to do. Then I don't analyze it so much. Then I don't remember the mistakes. So music is something that absolutely melts my brain every single time. It's like a fishbowl sloshing around, where thoughts completely go away. But there are times I am playing happy songs and I'll be thinking really dark stuff. And I'll be thinking, my body's like, hey, I'll take care of this while you process that weird memory that's in your mind right now. So I never know if I talk too much or if I don't play enough or I play too much. I never know. It's an incredible chemistry that I have to figure out on the spot, yet I know there are some combinations that always work. Because honestly, if I do a tour, the tour can be in all kinds of venues. If I toured right now, it could be people's homes, churches, schools. And there are thousands of those already. And my mission would be to treat music as sort of a meditative session, where I'm leading people into certain places of their mind they maybe had forgotten about, maybe had ignored, maybe were too afraid to wander into. The beautiful thing is, if you wander in and you don't want to stay, you can always wander away. This one I wrote while I was living in Philadelphia. The album I just finished. Yes, it has been a while. I took the week off because I didn't want to squeeze music in like it was like a poorly produced afterthought in a stressful day. I've got 2 kids, and I see them half the week. And sometimes I feel like music makes me feel guilty that I'm not spending time with them. I'm sitting in the kitchen playing my guitar. But the other part of my brain thinks that's exactly what they should see. And I'm happy they do see it. So it begs the question, who am I playing for here? And the reality is it's, 3 things at once. Myself, my children, and everyone else. All at the same time. And I love doing that because yes, balance is difficult to find. But music, in essence, is all about balance. Balance of mind, balance of thoughts. And thank you. I appreciate you checking in. And if I were better at this, I would be a much better communicator with those that I absolutely cherish. It's weird, right? Half my life there was no internet. And halfway through my life, there's a way to sit in my kitchen and play the guitar and talk to a pad that's broadcasting to the world that will go up on my channel to be watched again if anyone wanted to. I already feel like I have everything in the world, yet I feel I need so much more. Oh, that's amazing that you check in at 5. I really appreciate that. That really gives me some good clarity. Because right now I am a semi-professional musician. I play in bars and restaurants, events, farmers markets, And each time I love it, but each time I'm also thinking, I want to do this. I want to know what it feels like to do this in bigger spaces with people that came to sit and listen. And I want to do it differently every single show, yet have certain staples that I would play at various times. Basically, I want the concert to be a wandering journey through my mind with no destination. All I have is chords and melodies that I have structured out. So, when I am playing music, it's the most peaceful time of my week. When I am playing music, the other 22 hours of the day are not painful necessarily, just filled with like an angst that I can't get my mind off of the next time I'm going to play. At least alone, or at least without any guilt bubble that I've created in my own skull. So if I don't know what I'm going to play next, I probably bring with my personality sort of this, I don't know, balled up stress. So when I'm playing music, it's sort of like you can forget about all the stress for a little while. That's my job. I need my job to be stress-free. So when I'm playing, I suspend like so many rules that I normally have throughout my day. And I've been playing at this restaurant every Friday night. And I've made solidly good tips that is helpful with paying my rent. So it's the universe telling me, okay, you figured out that step. Now you have to take the next one. I think it passes. Yes, God's will. I agree. What song was I gonna play? It was the song I wrote in Philadelphia. They do understand, I think they do. My daughter plays violin, and she sings and has a wonderful voice. But I know I have a hard time with teaching them. My brain turns into a stampede sometimes, and I can't slow it down. My thoughts run away like the wind. I wish I could show them how, but I'm just gonna have to show them how. I play music on my own, and I make up my own melody, and teach them that it's perfectly okay to have a father who possesses such capabilities. This is true, they may grow up and have kids of their own, and I wonder how they'll describe me. Maybe I will be a grandfather one day. That's okay by me. It's not something to shy away from. It's not something to shy away from. I hope I can teach my kids to sing their own melody. I hope I can teach my children to love themselves, to accept themselves, to see themselves as imperfect clay creations. They can always mold themselves to solve the equation. I am not good at math, thank God their mother is. I know I should write songs about specific things. People like it when you say specific things, especially in melody. It sounds like poetry when you write songs about specific things. People love that, yes. I will sing about the red towel hanging on the oven handle. I really need to remember to throw it in the laundry. I'll need to dry dishes tomorrow. I hate drying dishes with a dirty rag. It feels like it defeats the purpose. I remember I did it once. I can't believe that memory occupies a synapse in my brain, a synapse or two. Then I remember I have you. I wish I could teach my children how to play an instrument. I don't know why I have a mental block about it. Maybe because I want to show them how music makes me feel. The longer I play, the better I feel. And I hope they know that I hope they learn. I hope it's a story they tell about me to their kids, Grandpappy. You can either fight the age that's coming or look forward to the freedom it brings. It's so easy to change. All you need is to really want it. Seems so easy to say. So I'll prove it to them. I'll prove it to them. Money can't buy happiness, but it sure gives it a discount. Money can't buy the one thing I already have, but I don't value it enough. No, I don't value it enough. And I've seen the future, and we're doing just fine. I've seen the future, when your choices feel divine. You don't need their mercy, All you need is time. You will be the judge and jury with the voices in your mind. You will feel your way through the dark. You will be the light. You will be the spark. And I know I've made mistakes before. Time moves on, I know I'll make so many more. We don't need their mercy, all we need is time. We'll be the judge and jury, the voices in your mind. I've seen the future, and we're doing just fine. I've seen the future just across the Georgia line. Who do you run to when your walls come down? Who do you run to when the devil's all around? We don't need their mercy, all we need is time. We will be the judge and jury, they're the voices in your mind. You will feel your way through the dark. You will be the light. You will be the spark. Hello out there. Thank you for tuning in. I know the sound and the video quality is not very good. But this is just a precursor. Hello, Artaxium. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sorry I'm not consistent with my live streams. I know I should pick times, right? That would be helpful. Instead of just randomly taking a week off or going 5 days straight. I know consistency is very important. I have a hard time with that. Because ultimately I want to do this every day. I want to do this all the time. And lately I have been doing that. I've been playing a lot of piano. A lot of piano. And I'm loving it. And I'll tell you something. Something big has happened in my mind. I had a vision yesterday. I had a vision. And the vision was this. Playing a full grand piano on a stage. Not just any stage. A very interesting stage. A popular stage. A well-known stage. A new stage. And that place is the Sphere in Las Vegas. In my mind, I saw a vision of playing a piano in the Sphere to, I don't know how many people are in there. A couple thousand? 5,000? I'm not sure. And thinking of it, it's not a rock show that's going to get people dancing. It's sort of a meditative journey with a piano player that sings and plays and has some tricks up his sleeve. But really, the visuals in the Sphere would be meant to be not jarring or discombobulating or making anybody dizzy. It would be sort of like a slow motion, almost glacial drift through stars while the piano was going. So I would be doing some crazy, like, twinkly stuff on the piano, and I'm almost not even lit up. Like, I don't even want people to see what I'm doing necessarily. But sometimes I would be lit up. And ultimately, the vision is so compelling to me because I would absolutely love to be the unlikely human that experiences going from absolute obscurity to sudden being gifted the keys to a performance space like that for one night with just a piano. Not much production involved, except for the visuals being carefully planned out. Ultimately, I would love the show to be sort of meditative for people. I would love them to be able to sit and be comfortable. And also, hopefully, their necks wouldn't hurt from having to look up. So I would want to figure out a good way to do it. Wow. Bass player. Did he really? He's an amazing bass player. Talk about a personality and a talent and a skill set gelling extremely well. Wow. You know what? You know what I want to do? I want to play with that guy, having no introduction to songs or whatever. I just play stuff, he figures it out, and then has to follow me. Because his ear is so good, I wouldn't be that hard to follow, especially since on guitar, I'm just a rhythm guitar player. And I would love to hear him. I've heard him do such crazy stuff. And he's like, yeah, big deal. You know, I would love to see him play really basic sometime. And I want people to see him playing really basic. I don't know if he would do it or not. He might find it entertaining. He might find it kind of novel. Just to play like one string at a time. Because my songs are not hard. And he would probably get bored with them. Maybe he never would do it in a million years. Not for an unknown guy like me. So the whole vision that I had last night while playing the piano at a restaurant was, if this was inside the Sphere, I wouldn't be playing any differently. Like, what I'm playing for the people eating their pasta and steak, I would be playing at the Sphere the same thing. The concept is always the same, and the feeling is always the same. It's almost like the eyes of my soul go closed for a little while. And then I wink back into reality and I realize what I'm doing. So it's almost like dimensional walking while I am in a suspended state of concentration. So playing at the Sphere with that amazing individual. And then I want to take one of the most well-known drummers too, whose name escapes me. But he always plays, sometimes he plays while drinking a coffee, and his other three limbs are doing the most insane stuff. So I would love the Sphere to become an epicenter of musical exploration, embracing improvisation, but also underneath it all coming from a brain that is trying to tell a story each time. And I would want to make sure that people had a wonderful experience, that the sound was loud enough that people could feel it, but not too loud that they were shying away from it. That's a difficult balance to reach. And that's the word of the evening, is balance. And how I'm quite terrible at it in so many ways. With music, I feel like I can achieve a balance. I've found a bandwidth. I can see the spark lost as you... Yeah, maybe there was... Was that the... There was a live stream. I just got super frustrated in my brain. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't know what to do. As much as I want it, having an audience in front of you is terrifying. But there's no reason that I can't talk about how terrifying it is while I'm experiencing it. And I would want to say different things each night, but I would inevitably repeat myself, I am sure. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, I can't believe I have a tour bus. I wonder if I'm going to get some sushi, or... Because my body is sort of taken over the mechanics of playing. So, with that loop pedal that I mentioned that I'm going to put together, that a sane, more organized person would have done years ago, I have the loop pedal here. I just am too lazy to get my amplifier out of storage. I'm going to do that tomorrow. Wow, get a task done. That's commendable, Peter. But I can play piano and guitar at the same time by looping just a guitar part that's simple. And the beginning of... I love it when bands do jams at the beginning of songs. Not every time, maybe. But in my case, I am the band. So it feels like having a conversation with myself. Let me explain. If I loop a guitar part, thank you so much, I really appreciate it. You have no idea how much that means to me. I really appreciate that, because I have a brain that might be genetically conditioned to question itself. If I had a bucket to fill up an empty pool worth of self-doubt, I feel like that pool might be overflowing. As much as it pains me to admit, I have to admit it is a part of me. And accept that what I am is good enough, but at the same time, I want more. Okay, say my vision comes true. Say my vision of jumping from a restaurant in a small town in a small state to the Sphere. Say that happens. I get the call, somebody wants to do it, they have a piano there. We're just going to do a test run, no staff, no ticketing, anything like that. They just have some visuals they want to test, and we just want you to play along and give sort of a scratch piano track. Simple miking on the piano, some lights on you so we can see you, but we're going to be running images while you just play and do your thing. And say it happens in 2 weeks. The 2-week build-up to playing at the Sphere, what am I feeling? how am I getting through my day when I have this huge bombshell put into my skull? How am I going to handle that? The obvious ideal question, the ideal answer would be with extreme excitement and just a slow-moving atomic bomb wave that I just enjoy is within me and is sort of spreading out into my future, as well as my past. Because if this works out, if I'm able to share what I do with the masses in the flesh, I hope to do it repeatedly every night, as much as I can, anywhere, any venue, in any city. I could play 7 nights a week. I don't care where it is. I would love finding out and just having a few things ready for me when I get there. I would love the guitar to be set up, the loop pedal set up, the microphone set up, the lighting set up. So all I have to do is sit down, plug in my in-ear monitors, and play. And then if I didn't have a 9-to-5 day job and I wasn't struggling financially, I would be a different person. I would be an entirely different, more, a new and improved version of this version of me. I see what happens to people that suddenly skyrocket. I've seen it happen multiple times thanks to the internet. Somebody shoots into just being known by millions of people. And that is quite insane for any human being to experience. My kids are 9 and 12. They know my songs a little bit. I used to play several of the songs I still play now. I wrote for them when they were babies, while I was just sitting with them. So they know some of them, but I certainly feel like I am an egg that needs to crack itself open and look at myself differently and absorb a new perception of myself. Because imagining the feeling of knowing I'm going to play at the Sphere would be difficult to deal with regular life. It would feel like a building panic attack, but in reverse, instead of agony that it's coming and I'm trying to fight it. It's like a pleasure attack. So stupid. But it feels like a helium balloon in my chest, and my feet barely touch the ground because everything that I do, I see as beautifully temporary. Because pretty soon I will get keys to the treasury. And I have plans for what I'm going to do with it. And I have incredible anxiety that it's not done yet. And I also have doubt that it will ever actually happen. But I also have hopes that it will happen. And I also am just absolutely sure it will happen. All at the same time. It's like a strobe light back and forth. What am I doing? This is great. What am I doing? This is great. So it drives me nuts. So if I were to play at the Sphere and feel like there was no pressure other than just do what I've been doing for years. Like last night at the restaurant that I played at, I played for 20, I videoed the whole thing. I'm not saying it's that great. The video's terrible and all that, whatever. I just said it and I pressed record, so I have it. I would lose track of time and I'd pick up the video and see, 20 minutes. That felt like 1 minute. Seriously? I forgot what I had just played, and I'm going to go back to those videos at some point and get a kick out of them. But what I was playing in my mind while my eyes were closed on the piano was, I imagined the Sphere in front of me. I imagined this huge space, this darkened, like, amazing construction that is just absolutely mind-blowing. And imagining getting to go on a journey with an audience that is comfortable, that I'm not trying to jar or jolt or blow away. I just want them to relax and go with me on a journey. And I would have tricks up my sleeves. I hope they grow up to love music too. I think if there's anything that I've learned as a parent, it's where my weaknesses are, and I never anticipated that. I think I remember before children feeling unstable mentally a lot of the time, but I had, uh, I think, a better ability to ignore my weaknesses. But then once I had children, I got divorced, my weaknesses became like fissures that became like Grand Canyons to me. And I think it blinds you when your weaknesses are controlling your thoughts. So I am the first to admit that. So yes, at some point I will have a loop pedal for the guitar. I'll be able to play along on the piano. And if I envision it being in the sphere with my eyes closed, I imagine just feeling so infinitely euphoric that I won't want it to stop, and I'm afraid I'm going to love it too much, and I won't know how to function with loving something that much. So this is part of my therapy in a lot of ways, is videotaping my practice to remind myself to keep going, because I cannot tell you how many times I have tried to stop. That's a landscape of landscapes to navigate. You're right. I like that. That's, man, you've got excellent. Did you write that? Are those your words? Is that a quote? Unbelievable. I like that. I mean, you know it's dangerous to write things. All right. 1 second. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to take a picture of the screen. Oh, come on. The comments are off. I was trying to take a picture of what you said. Write that down. I love that. It's amazing. I don't know why it does this. It turns off my messages and I can't see. I'm sorry. This is so unprofessional. I don't know why they're not coming up. Oh, they're there. Just doing it again. Man, I'm the worst. There you go. That's the landscape of landscapes to navigate. But if it's your ground, you will never be lost. Wonderful. Oh, isn't it so cool? Oh, yes, I was going to play Wolf Mask. All right, I'll get back on track. Okay, I totally get that. If you need to go, I really respect how amazing you are, and I hope you have a wonderful resting sleep tonight. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to play tomorrow, I think around 6. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just going to keep playing. I tried, tired. Have a good night. I'll see you next time. There is no reason to believe misfortune follows you across land and sea. Your heart is broken, you're fading away. Fate has spoken, there's nothing more to say. And you're only a little lonely when you lost your mind. And how could you know? No, no, you were running out of time, time. Snow is falling on crowded fields. The future's calling. How do you feel? And you were only a little lonely when you lost your mind. And how could you know? No, no, you were running out of time, time. You're not alone. This is your day. You're gonna find another way to change your mind from wrong to right and suffer through another night. Seeing you, seeing me, satellite is out of sight, sonar light is out of sight. This one is called Voodoo Rodeo. It is not on the album. It goes a little something like this. On a dark and rainy night, on the outside of town, under a flickering streetlight, a deal was going down. A handshake or a bullet, both had triggers, only one would pull it. Looking for an answer without a question, left him open to my suggestion. He drove away, wondering how far should I go. On that dark and rainy night, his mind would race, but his wheels rolled slow. He made it to Alaska, blew a tire in Ohio, lost his wallet in Nebraska, found his soul in a voodoo rodeo. He started a new life, got a job at a hardware store, Had some kids, found a wife, he could not ask for more. He found himself forgiving the man he used to be, but he knew he was sitting on the throne of sin and greed. Someone saw his picture, the cops were on their way. He kissed the ones he'd missed the most on the run. They're better off this way. They're better off this way. This was way beyond coincidence. The writing was on the wall. His past would put him on a collision course with all he ever feared as the end was near. Decisions had to be made. In the ground, in the ground, in the ground he lay. This was way beyond coincidence. Way beyond coincidence. This was way beyond coincidence. This was way beyond coincidence. On a dark and rainy night, on the outside of town, under a flickering street light, the deal was going down. A handshake or a bullet, both had triggers, only one would pull it. Looking for an answer without a question, left him open to my suggestion. This was way beyond coincidence. The writing was on the wall. His past would put him on a collision course with all he ever feared as the end was near. Decisions had to be made. In the ground, in the ground, in the ground he lay. I wish I had put that one on the album, but what are you gonna do? I had to pick some. I didn't know. I knew it was gonna take me forever to finish them, and it did take me forever to finish them. And they've been finished for a while, but I don't think they sound all that great. The name of that song is Voodoo Rodeo. And that was a version that I've never played before, which is saving the chorus only for the ending. Cool! If you remember everything, that means that somehow my ideas are replicating. Somehow it feels like I am transmitting something into your brain through the invisible airwaves that is interdimensional travel of sorts, the dimensions of my reality into the dimensions of yours. So, I don't even know what key I'm playing in most of the time. I developed a style of sort of just sitting down and playing, opening the floodgates and not thinking about anything. I don't even think about that. I have no idea. I know what keys they're in if I really think about it, if I map it out in my head, but it's sort of like opening a drawer. Like I don't even open that. I don't even have that amount of effort sometimes. I pretend all my songs are drawers, but in between all the drawers can be an empty space of nothing written yet. Because I don't want to run out of drawer space, you know? And with that song, I could have guest musicians in every city that I play in. They wouldn't have to travel to me, I could travel to them. Because the songs are so easy, they wouldn't need much practice. Well, thank you very much. I really do try to make the songs stick. These songs stick in my mind, and whenever I play them, I have this insane, anxious feeling of like, God, I want to do this on a big stage with a sound system that's warmly sort of washing over hundreds, if not thousands of brains at once. And every single night I want to do my darndest to make it my best. But there will be nights that I'm going to be sick or in a bad mood, sad, or thinking this is garbage, angry at myself for not appreciating it enough. I'm going to think it all, feel it all, and I haven't felt it yet, but I'm thinking about it. And I can narrate my life to my audience and hopefully ebb and flow the performance from speaking to inventing songs to playing old songs, trying to think of what would make an audience sing along with me, because if I ever got to hold a note along with 1,000 people or whoever is singing, I wouldn't want the note to end, yet I would have this longing, loathsome, dark feeling that like every note ends, every song ends, every concert ends. And that there's like this dark defeatist mentality I have in this brain. So I have a pattern to what I do, but I really try to do something different as often as I can. Someday I will have a band. I will do all kinds of performances. Sometimes I will do solo me. Small spaces, random spaces, houses, churches, schools, venues. But sometimes I will have a band with me, and the only instructions I have for the musicians in the band is just listen to each other and make every note count. And when you're in a band and you hear a drummer playing and a bassist playing and a guitar playing all at the same time, you want that moment to last forever. You want it to last forever, but you know it won't. So you want to relive it over and over again. And that does crazy things to somebody's brain if they're seeing that over and feeling that over and over again. So getting to go and play with Dave Grohl, he could play my songs in an instant. Getting to play with Billy Strings or Trey Anastasio or John Fishman, Bela Fleck, Victor Wooten, Future Man, all my favorite musicians. If I visited their city and they were free, I would love to invite them to come play a song that really takes no effort to learn whatsoever. So they cannot use the fact that it's too difficult to get out of the invitation. Obviously, I would have a heart attack every single time I got to experience this, but I would narrate it to myself and those around me in an effort to sort of vocalize the insane thoughts and feelings that I'm having. And music is in and of itself a way of saying that, so every performance is like me describing how scared I feel, but not wanting to come out and say it. I haven't heard your music, but I will check it out, I promise you that. How do I find it? You're talking to a selfish individual. I'm always wrapped up in my own head. It's really quite distracting. Oh, sweet. You got 4 demos up there? Nice job. Congratulations. That's awesome. I always say to anybody that creates anything, Angels and Demons Part 1 through 4. Excellent. I'm going to check it out, all right? I look forward to it. And I'm going to pay close attention. I'm going to listen to all 4 demos, and I'm going to listen repeatedly. You will know that by the listen counter, the view counter, right? That is the craziest thing about the digital age. is that you know if you put something out how many people watched, and it's hard to know if it is the same person or multiple different people. I think it's different people for each listen. So if it has 11 views, does that mean it's 11 different people? I don't know. Or did one person watch it 11 times? No, you're not. You're not being selfish at all. You're giving me information, and I'm giving you information. And just using different methodology than traditionally has been established. It's a lot to ask a brain to adapt to the internet and then hold music on the inside of his brain and want to share it at all times. What shall I play next? What shall I play next? This one is called A Matter of Time. It is also not on the album. I have albums worth of stuff already demoed near completion. I went nuts for years. I recorded hundreds of songs, and it was a train wreck in my head where I cannot figure out which songs to finish. And the ones that I did finish, I wonder if they were the ones that I should have chosen. So it's given me this perpetual cyclical thought process of like, I shouldn't have done that song. And someone's going to listen and just fast forward or skip and never listen again. That's going to happen so many times. And that hurts my soul, hurts my heart, but at the same time, it's okay. I accept it. With a lot of life, there's going to be a little bit of death. For as much hope as I have, there's going to be some other stuff. You know what I mean? So, this one is called A Matter of Time. I do understand. Absolutely. I believe you. I do understand. I think it's amazing. I love listening to other people's music because it's fascinating to me that it went from nothing to something. You brought something forth that didn't exist. You did things. You combined things. You had thoughts. And that's wonderful. And you need to be encouraged. Interesting point. Yeah, a lot of musicians in their 40s that are playing their own songs. I wonder if there's so many different factors go into that. I think in my particular case, it is certainly self-doubt. Oh my goodness. You say such nice things and I really appreciate it. It makes my heart sing and it makes me want to continue to do this even more. Because if I could ever describe music, it would be chasing a feeling. And the chase itself is not actually getting the feeling, but the chase is the exhilaration of sort of having something to focus on where you're just immediately forgetting about the wind going around you and only focused on what's in front of you. And I think that does crazy things to my brain. And sometimes I get caught in thought processes that are probably in the OCD realm, probably in the anxiety and depression realm. And I wonder about that spectrum of stuff that's been going on in my head for a long time. So, let me light a candle here. Gotta light candles, you know? Dun da da dum! Gotta, Thank you, candle. So, this one I would love to do with an orchestra. And I'd love to have the sphere. I'd love the sphere to be like I could have 7 nights in a row, and each night possibly could have a stage that shifted things on and off, or just had like a stage that could rotate on and off, like feature an instrument and the other instruments would go back into the shadows or something. Because I would love to have an orchestra, but I would also love to play this solo. So I'd love to play piano solo, guitar solo. I'd love to do both with an orchestra. I'd love to do both with the band. I would love to do both with two other instruments, a variety of instruments, and play with musicians in different cities and towns and states and countries all over the country and the world. And I realize it's dangerous to think so lofty, because you will always be falling short of such lofty goals. Because I am absolutely nowhere at the moment. I live in an apartment that I can barely afford. I'm sitting in my kitchen using just an iPad. I should have excellent microphones. I should have my own music space. I got shut down on that piano today, and it made me so angry that I was like, I have to blame myself for not creating the cocoon from which I can grow my next self, my next version of myself. And maybe all the stuff that has happened in the past 6 years since the pandemic has all been the learning process to use music for the best thing in my life, and that is to create joy, that is to create memories, that is to create income, that is to create a euphoria, a shared euphoria that can be revisited and brought to life over and over again. And for me, the creation process needs to be spontaneous. I have to get to the stage not knowing what I'm going to play. I have no idea what I'm going to play when I sit down on guitar, no idea what I'm going to play on the piano. I could start anywhere, go anywhere, play anything that comes into my mind. I could spend 20 minutes on an instrumental, or I could do a funny, very word-heavy song. And all this talking is secretly to give my fingers a rest. So there's that excuse. Because I play in a style where I use the fingertips probably not very well. And they're super calloused over, to the point that it's almost like uncomfortable. There's like knobs of skin at the end. And I know that's not how I should be playing, but I just can't stop myself. I need more money so I can get another guitar and multiple tunings. I need more money so I can do a million things. I want to get an electric guitar. I want to live stream from an amazing studio, where the studio is a wonderful glass wall of a valley of a mountain range. But the camera can also pan around to a piano that's sort of tucked away in an almost yoga-like studio. And I want the walls to be able to open, revealing the mountain range while I'm playing. I would love there to be a story told as the camera slowly moves and I play. That when the camera moves back, there's something completely different in frame. So there's this fun game that I'm going to play with people. Once I have a team together and a production set up, I can do it from my house, and not a single person can ever stop me or tell me to not play because it's too loud or I've been playing too much. I learned my lesson today. The universe sent me a message. It said 1 year ago today, they drilled a piano shut to tell you to stop playing. 1 year later, almost exactly, you walk in and they drill the idea of even touching the piano shut by being complete assholes. So, my lesson is learned. I need my space that nobody can get in my way. And I have made this choice for myself all this time. I blame myself entirely. There are external factors that affected me, but ultimately, all of it is my fault if I am not singularly focused on accomplishing my goals. And I feel like I've only been doing that recently. In recent months, I've been doing what I hoped I would be doing, which is running a couple miles a week, floating along and playing a lot of music almost every day. But obviously I have to take breaks at times. And when I'm taking a break, am I sad? Yeah, I usually really miss it. I usually kind of feel sad that I don't have the supercharged routine and energy of playing. Because ultimately, I want to be able to live stream for so long, for like 6 hours, that I have like an interview section. I have like a break, and I come back. All this stuff. I have so many plans. It's ridiculous. And I would love the Sphere to have people there just to see what I can do. Like maybe 10 people that and they could just run a montage of really interesting fading in and out images as I play. And I love the idea of there also being a fan system that can move air around the audience, but maybe that would be a waste of energy. I don't know. Anyway, I would want people to have some kind of tactile interaction that they didn't expect. So I'm thinking about playing in the Sphere as I am playing this song with an orchestra, and the visuals on the Sphere are almost like a camera moving through a forest towards a meadow really slowly. So as the song progresses, there's just this wonderful feeling of walking towards a lighted area. It's the little things you regret. Just remember you're not done yet. I am the wind. You are the trees. Rock me gently in your ocean breeze. And it's only a matter of time, but before the end of the line. And it's only a matter of time. Oh, I don't know which way I go. I'll figure it out when I get there. I am the wind, you are the trees. Rock me gently in your ocean breeze. And it's only a matter of time for the end of the line. And it's only a matter of time. Here I go again. All my secrets laid bare. I said, oh, here I go again. All this crawling ain't fair, but I don't even care. It's the little things I can see. I'm walking towards my destiny. This is my life. It's my only chance to live it like a dance. And it's only a matter of time for the end of the line. And it's only a matter of time. This is where the orchestra would really do something cool. It's the little things you regret. Just remember you're not done yet. And I am the trees, you are the wind. Yes, I will forget I ever sinned. And it's only a matter of time before the end of the line. It's only a matter of time. This one is called Who Found Who? And I think it'll be my last song this evening. My fingers really start to hurt. I'm such a baby. I know. Toughen up, Peter. Somehow, some way, light will guide you to better days. The darkness can feel so cold. Here comes the drummer. Right now, not yesterday, can't tell you what you need to say. The sun is always rising in your soul. Do-do-do-do. You learn how to fly, then you fell like a stone, searching for a home, a king without a throne. Everybody, you were born with an ocean in your heart. You knew how to love right from the start. And I was right here waiting for you. Then you found me, you found me, you found me. Then I found you. No reason to stay. Let the river flow. The darkness can feel so cold. You learn how to fly, then you fell like a stone, searching for a home, a king without a throne. You were born with an ocean in your heart. You knew how to love right from the start. And I was right here waiting for you. Then you found me, you found me, you found me. Then I found you. Born with an ocean in your heart. You knew how to love right from the start. And I was right here waiting for you. And you found me, you found me, you found me. Then I found you. You found me, you found me, you found me. Then I found you. Thank you guys so much. I always love playing, and I really appreciate you going on a journey with me. I want to do it every night of my life, and I would love to do it with every single one of you. At all times, I wish we could live in the space that music presents us with. Music does amazing things to us at all times, and getting to create music is the greatest gift the universe could ever give me. And I'm afraid I spend my time not being grateful enough, but at least I can try to put it on the record. I truly appreciate you tuning in and listening in, and I love hearing that the music and the lyrics mean something, and that you write your own stuff, and that ideas can bounce off each other, and that new equations can be made from old equations. Because that's what music represents for me, is a familiar friend but a new face. Like I haven't played a song a certain way and I discover something new in the moment, in real time, with somebody watching or somebody listening out there. And I can assure you that if you ever doubt yourself, if you ever have those thoughts that are trying to destroy you, point them out. Don't try to stop them. Don't try to convince them otherwise. Just say, there you are. That's all you have to do. I know it's not easy. Try it with one thought in the next 24 hours. Have a thought and then say, there you are. Point it out. I swear it works just a little bit. Anyway, I hope I have a positive impact on the world. I really, truly appreciate your time. I will try to live stream more often. I'm not very professional with this. I need to keep my word for the next stream. I think I'm going to record, I think tomorrow at 6. I'll go live. Well, actually, I'll try to go on at 5. I just have some kids stuff to do, which is awesome, and I love doing it. But I nonstop want to play music for people, for the world, for the universe. And yes, I'm going to play the sphere. This miracle is going to work. I know it is. I know at some point there's a piano on that stage, and I know they're going to need to sound check stuff. But I don't have to play to an audience. I just want to play in there while they're running images. It could be at an off hour. I don't have to do it. I just would ask, give me 2 hours in the piano, and then run any images you want. Vocal mic. At first, it's just vocal mic and piano. But eventually, I would love to add the guitar. I'd love to do progression. And I would love to have a residency there. I would love to live in Las Vegas. Not in the Strip, not anywhere near civilization. It would be somewhat removed in the desert, but not all that far in the desert. I wouldn't live there permanently. I would go out for my sphere runs. It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait. I seriously cannot wait. I'm absolutely terrified, but I'm absolutely filled with desire. It's a weird combination. There's three main things: fear, desperation, and desire make a very strange bandwidth to operate my brain within all at the same time. Because if I have my way, I will have the sphere doing these amazing visuals coming out of the piano slowly. So when people are watching and they're listening, they don't forget that I'm even there. That's the idea. At certain times I'd be lit up, certain times I wouldn't. I would love to have a stage that's like it can lower down or it can twist on new instruments or a thing can lift up, revealing, you know, something new the audience hasn't seen before. But it's not really about what's on the stage because the screen is the true spectacle. So I'd almost want to be in the shadows playing, you know? And I can imagine the visuals just being so wonderful that you have slowly moving things that aren't, I don't want people to get dizzy and I don't want to overwhelm them. I want to be very smart about what's pleasant to look at and what would be an interesting idea. Like if it was like if you're going like down a dark tunnel and there's a light and on the other side is the ocean or something. I don't know. Just I have all these. I could talk for days about the visuals. The music is all done. The music is written. The music is playable for hours. I would never have to rehearse a second in my life. It would be the visuals that I would focus on during my residency. I would want people to hopefully come and just know it's a meditative experience. They don't have to stand. I don't really want them to be on their phones. Some nights I would allow all phones you want, go nuts. Light your faces up with that blue glow. Let me be distracted by your phones, wondering if you're reading a text message from an ex-girlfriend out of nowhere, or if you're listening to the song, or if you're making a video, or if you prefer to watch the performance on your camera, or if you just prefer to hold it above your head. I'm going to be curious about all of that stuff. But then there will be other nights where very strict no phone policy. And I want to do experiments with the audience. Let's say I do 2 shows in a row and I have the same audience come back 2 nights in a row, same experience, same parking spots, same seats. One night with phones, one night no phones, and then afterwards I want to take a survey of those who attended and ask them the difference between the 2 performances. And just see, to specifically analyze what the concert was like with their phone and without their phone. And with no bias towards either side. Some people will say their phone was amazing and they hated not having their phone in the live performance without phones. Some people would say, I didn't really use my phone even when I could. And some people say, I loved not having anybody on their phones around me. There'll be a variety of responses, and I would be interested in those responses because I would no way want to be known as the guy that never allows phones. But I would want to be the guy that has nights where phones are strictly forbidden, not because it's a special night, but because I tend to do, let's say, 7 days out of 20 nights, no phones. And every performance would be different with some similarities. And eventually I would love to get to a band, and eventually I would love to tour. But I don't want to tour crappy places in some garbage van, sleeping in garbage places, because I am a very specific individual. I need certain things. Because I need to tour rested and relaxed, and I don't want to stress trying to get there and all of that. I would need a lot of help. So anyway, I love leapfrogging. I love leapfrogging from tiny Burlington. Heinsberg was where I played last night, and I had a great time. That I imagined playing to the sphere and just loving the idea that I was in control of a universe for 2 hours at a time. And some people would hate it. Some people would love it. Some people would be indifferent to it. Some people would find it pretty cool. And it would break me that there were people that hated it. It would break me to see these intense, specific breakdowns of how terrible the performance was. And the visuals were boring. And I was just finding myself checking my watch the whole time. And that hurts my heart. That hurts my heart. And it's going to always hurt my heart. But I also know that for every one person that might really hate it, there might be 2 people that really like it. So, what do I do with that 25-75 split or 50? I don't know what it is. Whatever. I'm happy to be doing it. I can't stop doing it. Um, and I really appreciate you tuning in. I will come back tomorrow. I was going to go swimming with my kids at the YMCA, but I think that might not happen. So we'll see. It's either 5 or 6. You can tune in to not tune in, but if you're on Instagram, not everybody is, which is, I should be on all the platforms, I know. But I'm at Peter Wayne Burton 007. And that's a good way to communicate if you want to DM me. I don't know if people do that. Is that a stupid thing to do, to say that kind of stuff? I don't know. It's 7 o'clock there. Are you on the West Coast? I forget where you are. Does it say not rub on the screen? I think it does. West Coast is so awesome. Are you in the Northwest? Or South, or like the LA area? If you're on the West Coast, I'm 3 hours ahead. I'm in the future. Or I'm behind. Am I behind? No, I'm ahead. You're behind. Portland. I've been to Portland. Portland, Oregon. It's an interesting city. I found it to be very interesting. I found it to be, it felt kind of fractured, kind of homey, kind of sad, but also kind of full of life. It's a weird combo. Yeah. It's a really scary situation. It's a scary situation to watch fentanyl destroy not just people, but neighborhoods and cities and larger towns. So it's a really rough situation. I don't even know what the solution is. But I try to remember the good things in the city. I remember going, and it may not be there anymore, but I think it was this crazy donut place. They were delicious donuts, and they were really like freaky, wild combination donuts that were just delicious. Me playing helps? Oh, nice. I like it. Voodoo Donuts, that's right. And that's funny, I have a song called Voodoo Rodeo. Fantastic. Yes, that is fun. So, what was I going to say? I forget. I think it was about Portland. But you're right. Oh, creating peace through music, hopefully bringing people some sense of temporary lifting out of their bodies. I find that it is very difficult to describe what it feels like. And every single time I play music, it's sort of like I'm trying again and again and again to describe it. Because I played for almost 2 hours straight last night at the restaurant. And I don't remember anything that I did. And I have no problem with that. But through repetition comes all kinds of lessons and information. Trial and error. And it creates this sort of need for me to constantly be playing because I want to feel like I'm still keeping my fingers strengthened, my voice hopefully strengthened, or as strengthened as it can get for being a mid-level voice. And I want to have a galloping energy of creating concerts inside one of the most unique visual artistic spectacles humanity has ever known, and do it with no warning whatsoever to the larger population. It's a very difficult thing to make happen, and it is extremely unlikely, but it's less likely if I say nothing. It is more likely if I say something. So might as well say something. I think that somebody very powerful would think it'd be hilarious to take a guy that he likes his piano playing and just say, yeah, go play. and to leapfrog. And if I did it, I'm not saying it would be great either. Maybe it wouldn't be anything. And afterwards, I bet I would fall into a depression. A temporary one. Because I would think, well, you thought it was going to be amazing, and it turned out to not be nearly as good as you thought it was going to be. That is very likely to happen. But at least I'm putting it on the record that I truly hope that it won't. If I anticipate it, the whole goal is like, well, if you give yourself no choice but to feel like you did everything that you could, then that is the universe telling me it's your time to find a new activity to focus on, preferably one that generates income. That's a touchy subject for probably anybody, but anyway, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna hop off now. But I really appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for listening to me. I hope you have a wonderful night. I will be back tomorrow, 6 o'clock my time, 3 o'clock your time. It's right in the middle of the afternoon. That's probably not very convenient. And especially if the weather's nice, you're like, what am I gonna do? Sit and watch this dude? Anyway, you have a great night. Keep on. I'm gonna listen to your stuff, and I'm gonna keep it hidden from you for a little while. Don't worry. I'm gonna tell you things. It's gonna go into my ears. It's gonna absorb into my brain, and then I will associate it with the words that you have written, and I will be getting a picture of you. And that's what you want, right? From your words and your music, you want a picture of you to be formed. Except you have no idea the picture that I'm going to form, or that I have formed already. And I enjoy that sort of situation. So, thank you so much. Sleep well tonight. My love to you and the Portland area. Let's try to get the place healing again, huh? I don't know how we do it, but it's got to involve a group effort. I know that. And I know there are groups out there trying. So let's figure out how to spread those groups into a more powerful, mechanism for dealing with this problem. I don't know what it is, but there's got to be a way. We can win wars, all different kinds of wars. Wars with ourselves, wars with our addictions, wars with our chemicals, and we got to help each other. That's all. And I know I don't help people that much. All I do is sit and play, and that's wonderful to me. But at the same time, it feels like absolutely nothing because this is easy. This is what I love doing. So I'm going to turn my brain off. Thank you for listening. So much more to come. And just think, sphere, here I come. Peter sphere. Sphere Peter. Peter in the sphere. Peter and his sphere. I don't know. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it. I'm going to get there. I'm going to play it. And it's going to sound incredible. And it's going to look incredible. I can feel it. I can see it. I know it already. I already am thinking about the sushi I'm going to have afterwards in the amazing penthouse suite that I will stay in alone for a couple nights because my kids will fly out and my friends will fly out and I'll have people visit. But I will have time alone. I'll get room service and sit out on my balcony looking out over the twinkling city, thinking to myself, my life has changed for the better. Thank you so much. My love to you. We'll see you next time.